This is absolutely massive for Bitcoin. People are about to get their minds blown. Bitcoin got a massive breakout, blasting past that $30,000 resistance that we have been up against for months, and we're currently trading just below $35,000. We're going to be answering the question, is the bull market back in full swing? These are definitely very exciting times, so make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that bell for notifications, because we are bringing you the juiciest and the most timely Bitcoin updates here on YouTube. First of all, a huge shout out to the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We took that juicy short trade right around $28,100, and as you can see, bam! What a juicy long. As you can see here, I still have the juicy long trades open, and yes, I've realized profits on these trades, but I'm still holding these trades for much higher prices. So where are my targets for the potential massive pump that is about to ensue for Bitcoin? In 4 days, this weekly candle is going to close. And if we close this candle above this key box at around $31,000, we will officially close a weekly candle above a massive 3-year support resistance flip. This green box was literally the support throughout the entirety of the last bull market and the resistance throughout the entirety of the bear market. Now, there's two very important things that we need to understand about the Bitcoin price when we're asking ourselves, is the bull market back in full swing? Now, first of all, what I have here is a volume profile of everything that Bitcoin has traded from the beginning of 2021 to our present day. And what's happening right here is this is outlining a fair value zone where the market has considered Bitcoin to be considered fair value for the past 3 years. Now, the way these fair value zones work is if the price starts trading below a fair value zone and then comes back inside that fair value zone, it actually becomes more probable than not that we will see the price continue to the top of that fair value zone. Now you can see here that will bring us to a $56,000 Bitcoin. Here's what we really need to see if we are going to get higher targets on the Bitcoin price. A support resistance flip is only considered a valid support resistance flip, in my opinion, if there is a retest. What do I mean by that? I mean, if the price gets a little bit of a pullback to the $31,000-ish area and then holds it as support, then in my opinion, it becomes extremely probable that we will get our move back to the top of this range. We have to think to ourselves right now, everybody is extremely bullish. A lot of people are buying Bitcoin right now at this high price, which is a recipe for a pullback. Now let's take a look at some previous support resistance flips that we have seen Bitcoin do in the past. For example, we can come back to this key level of 25,187. It was our support in May 2022, our resistance in August 2022, our resistance again in February 2023, and then look at this, it was our support once and our support twice in 2023. And so the breakout and then the retest of this area gave a beautiful opportunity to enter into the long trade instead of longing at these highs as we were coming into the area of resistance. In fact, this is why in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we gave the long trade from 24,925. Why? Because we knew it was a key support resistance flip. And if we were going to come down to that zone with bullish signs on the chart, we were going to get a really nice bounce. Now let's take a look at market Cipher B to see how are things looking. Objectively speaking, this chart looks extremely bullish. In fact, this is one of the most bullish charts I have seen for Bitcoin in many years. Why? Well, we came down here in November. We made a bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. A bullish divergence is where the price is getting lower to a key zone of support and the momentum waves are getting higher over time. Then what happened was we flipped a key area of resistance into support, and as we flipped it into support, we got a trigger wave confirmed on the weekly time frame as the money flow continues to get thicker. This is extremely bullish. We are in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. We have bullish divergences on the weekly time frame. Money flow is getting thicker on market Cipher B. In my opinion, it is more probable that we are going to see more upside here. And so here are my targets. First of all, why are we finding resistance where we're at right now? It's because if we take the Fibonacci from the 2022 high to the low right here, we can see we are coming right up into the golden pocket. So it makes sense we would find some kind of resistance here. If we take the Fibonacci from the high in November 2021 to the low in 2022, we're also coming up to that 382 Fibonacci. So it makes a lot of sense we would find some kind of resistance here. And this is where, in my opinion, we should be looking for a pullback in order to get into our next long trade. And overall, if we do get a pullback, I think that's a very healthy thing. to confirm what used to be resistance now is support, and then I would actually be looking for another move up to this area where my long trades would be something like this, right? Where we're longing the bottom of this fair value zone, the bottom of this support resistance flip, confirming as support. This is a beautiful 9-to-1 risk reward ratio. This is pretty much what we did in the Casper crew, where we were looking here at this support resistance flip at the time around $28,100 after the initial wick. In fact, if we come to the lower time frame here on the 4-hour, we can see that we got the initial wick up, right? And then when we came back down to retest this support resistance flip, right? It was resistance, we get the breakout and then the retest, boom. That is what made for this extremely juicy long trade here, right? And I obviously am still holding the long trade, compounding the long trade, because I do think we could see much higher Bitcoin price. And by the way, guys, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, I highly recommend MEXC. This is my go-to exchange. 0% limit order fees, 0.01% market order fees. You can literally scalp the 5-second time frame and be profitable with such low fees. In fact, if you don't believe me, go ahead and check out the video that I made on Friday, where I was literally scalping the 5-minute time frame and being profitable, taking 13 trades in a row. Also, guys, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we give the trade setups in advance, like this juicy trade setup that we gave over here on the long, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. This is where our instructors and myself give our levels. We give our trade setups. We do multiple live streams every single day, walking you through the live price action. And if you want to get educated, check out the educational content we have here. These courses will absolutely teach you how to trade the right way, do this with longevity instead of gambling away your money. Guys, we are heading into a massive time for crypto, the next bull market. These are the times to learn how to trade so that you don't get wrecked. Now, I know it's so easy to get euphoric, to get excited, to get FOMO when the Bitcoin price starts to pump. But one thing I really want to hit home, and if you take nothing else away from the video, it is this. If you are looking to trade and make money in these volatile markets, you absolutely need to have a plan for where you're going to enter your trade, where you are going to exit your trade if it goes for you or if it goes against you. Now, I released a video this morning talking about how having a plan in advance is my secret weapon to trading, and how when I plan trade entries in advance, it really just increases my consistency and profitability. And a lot of people were asking me, because in the video at the time, I was in a short trade, right? I shorted $30,000, and people were saying, you know, you got wrecked, stopped out, liquidated, wrecked. Please make a video following this juicy short trade when it's now at $35,000. And so here's something that we really need to understand about trading. If we approach this with the mindset that we're here to extract money from the markets at all costs, and if we do this with the mindset of, first of all, don't lose money. Second of all, ensure that you're going to make money, and then we can focus on the massive gains. It will help us in the long run, right? For example, this juicy swing trade that I'm in right now, up almost an entire Bitcoin in profits, right? I did not know at the time this was going to be such a big move. So what you need to do when you are trading is you need to secure a profit, and then you can go for these big moves. So if we're going to be taking, for example, a long trade at a retest, right? In my opinion, the best thing to do, especially if we want to be consistent and profitable over time, is make sure that once we get into that long trade, we secure a profit right away, and then we move that stop loss to the entry. A lot of people are always asking, should I close it? Should I close the trade or keep it open, right? People get into a juicy long trade. We get a significant move to the upside. They're in significant profits. They're like, Jason, should I close my trade or keep it open? How about this? How about both? How about both? How about you take a profit and then move that stop loss to the entry? So if it gets stopped out, guess what? You just made money. But if it keeps going, guess what? You're going to make even more money. Let's take a look at the short trade that I actually did take, right? I shorted $30,170. I closed a profit of 0.08 Bitcoin. I closed a profit of 0.05 Bitcoin. I closed a profit of 0.05 Bitcoin and a profit of 0.09 Bitcoin. When my stop loss got hit, guys, I ended up losing 0.007 Bitcoin on that stop loss when the rest of my position, $150,000 worth of Bitcoin, was stopped out. What does that mean? That means I made about 0.3 Bitcoin, about a third of a Bitcoin on the short trade, even though it got absolutely wrecked. So for people who are watching my last video saying, how did the short trade turn out? It's so important that you make a plan, not only where you're going to enter that short trade, but where you're going to take profits on that short trade and when you're going to move that stop loss to the entry, because we can't know for certain what is going to happen if you want to be consistent in these markets over time. We cannot be making predictions, but what we need to be doing is analyzing a chart and asking ourselves, where are the key areas of support and resistance where I can then look for a trade? And if I see a confirmation to take a trade from one of these key areas, then I enter into the trade and I guarantee a profit, and then I move that stop loss to the entry, and then I look for the next trade. I mean, literally, guys, I am short on Bitcoin right now. Okay, I shorted Bitcoin a few days ago because we came to a key area of resistance with confirmations. I've already guaranteed to make 0.03255 Bitcoin on the trade, currently worth about $1,100. If I get stopped out at my entry, I will lose literally nothing on MEXC, and I will guarantee a profit, and I can move on to the next trade. So please, guys, we cannot be greedy here. We need to lock in profits when we are in profit. We need to objectively look at the charts. We need to take the setups as they come. We need to plan in advance. And guys, if we do this and if we learn how to trade the proper way without letting the emotions take control of us, we will be very profitable, especially as we move into this juicy bull market, which in my opinion, guys, we are going to see massive moves. The gains are going to be absolutely insane. So that is it for this video, guys. May God bless you all in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. And I will see everybody in the next video. Peace!